Belize was awesome. We got to talk to the team and give a background of everything that we learned, and it was an eye-opening experience. And I appreciate Jess, Joe, and Kate, who are over the Vol Leader Academy, who allowed us to go on this trip and take those 12 days to really build our brand, but also learn more about our leadership skills and how we can take what we learned from over there and bring it over here and apply it to our lives.
There have been a bunch of Tennessee players that have transferred out of the program. You stuck it out. What does it say about you and the other players that are going through this with Coach Heupel?
I feel like, we just have a family, and we're all strong, and we know that at any time throughout life you're going to have adversity. Regardless of what team you go to, adversity is going to strike, and I felt like what was best for me is staying at home. Tennessee was where I wanted to be from the jump, and I felt like talking with my mom and my parents, going into my senior year, being a leader on this team, it was the best decision for myself, but it was also the best decision for my team.
How would you describe the team's approach to the NIL and being able to monetize you guys' brands so far?
Yeah, so if you've been on social media, a lot of our guys have actually been running with that, if I should say. And I'm really excited for those guys, and I talk to those guys about just make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. Make sure you're checking in all the things you're supposed to, check all the boxes that need to be checked so that you don't run into any problems later on down the road. But everybody's loving it, and just pray that they continue to do that, but also, like I said, be safe, be careful, and make sure that they do the best that they can.
What does it mean to you to be here representing your team today?
It's a blessing. I kind of wrote this on my social media. This was a dream of mine coming into college, not just for myself, but also to represent the university and the program. So, it's a blessing to be here, and I just pray that, I can do what's best for my team and tell the world about our team.
Alontae, how different has this offseason been? You guys have been able to, do kind of team outings together, spend more time together compared to last year when everything was so separated. How much of a difference has that been? Has that been something you've enjoyed, and how much can that pay off when you guys get to the season?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Like I said, we played Top Golf at the stadium. We went to main event the other day, and we played bowling, played arcade games, whatever it may be. So, that's the fun part of it, just being able to get away from the business side of it as far as just working out and just doing ball. So that was really big, and it's been the biggest change for sure from last time, but just being able to do that and build that combine with your team so that you can go out there on Saturday nights and just play for one another.
How would you describe what you've seen from Jalen Hyatt this offseason when you guys been working together?
Jalen Hyatt is my guy. Jalen Hyatt has been working really hard. There's been times where we've been in the facility and, I'm there late at night and Jalen will come in there right after me, or maybe he's in there before me, just doing extra reps, working on a small detail of things for his game. I tell him all the time his future is really bright as long as he just takes in the moment and just focuses in now. Just know that, everything will come his way.
Your name, image, and likeness, what are you going to do? What is your
I actually haven't tapped into name, image, and likeness a lot. Right now my focus is camp, and my focus is getting ready for the season. I know it's kind of late. Me being a senior, I kind of look at it as kind of late down the road for me. So I actually haven't tapped into the NIL very much. Do I plan on that? I don't have an answer for that. But right now my focus is camp and this team and just making sure we are where we need to be.
How much of
starting a landscaping business? That seems
Yeah, not me. Probably not.
Have you had any interesting offers that you've had to say, I don't really want to do that right now?
I've had a couple offers. I just kind of told them that right now my focus is fall camp and focusing on my body and what I can do to get myself better for this team. And a lot of guys have been respecting that and understanding of that. So
how much of that is you have to balance? Because the best way to improve your brand is to play well on the field, right? How do you guys kind of go about that while also trying to maximize yourselves when you get those opportunities that you said you got?
I feel like you just have to have a good time management skills. Being a part of different organizations as far as like my fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, and then being on SAC and then being part of the SEC Leadership Council. I feel like I have a lot to balance already. So adding that to my plate, I wouldn't necessarily say it's hard, but right now, like I said, my focus is just on this football team and myself.
I got it on the tail end, but what was it like for you being a ball leader and going to Belize?
Man, Vol Leaders is an awesome experience. It's a year-long program where you just learn about yourself and then just learn ways that you can improve as a leader. Vol Leader is probably the biggest class and probably the best class that I've taken at the university so far, just because it's helped me in different ways already, other than like what my degree would help me on and afterwards.
What are your expectations of this defense?
My expectation of the defense is really, really high. Expect us to be the #1 defense in the country in a run game, in a passing game, interceptions, wherever it may be, in turnovers. That might sound a little cliche, but me as a leader and me seeing what this defense has done in the past and what we could possibly do as far as improving, I wouldn't set us short.
How are you confident you can make that kind of a jump from last year to this year?
We had a lot of guys come back. We lost Bryce Thompson, which is a big bust into our defense, but we have really great corners that stepped up. We've gotten more depth in the cornerback room. So the guys, I have a lot of faith in those guys. And if you watched season last year, there's a lot of spark from last season of our secondary. Just we have to get more turnovers and be more passionate in what we do.
So what are the metrics